lot of excitement from earlier on. For those of you that saw some of the pitch presentations, pretty cool stuff, right? Pretty cool, yeah. So I'm Jim Malls. I'm very, very proud to say that I was co-chair of this event, but I know there's a lot of people that did all the work instead of myself. But being co-chair of this event is just a massive, wonderful opportunity for not only me personally, but also citizens. I also run Citizens Ohio, president of Citizens Ohio, and there's a lot going on there, which is all good. But this is great. Being here tonight, seeing you all, the energy, the love, the happiness, the confidence, the initiative, the empowerment of not only the presenters, but also the 10-year anniversary of Accelerate. Who knew 10 years ago we'd be here? So let's go around. And for citizens, we're incredibly proud to say that we've been here 9 of those 10. I think we missed the first year. We knew this was going to be a great event over the course of the next 9 years, so we took it over and hijacked, if I can say that word, hijacked the sponsorship. So we're very, very proud to be the presenting sponsor for Accelerate Citizens Make Change. So thank you for allowing us to do that. I really want to just say thank you to everyone here for attending. I want to say thank you to not only the corporate sponsors, the foundational support, the nonprofit partners, but also the judges. You talk about a hard job, very hard job. Thank you. And of course, partnering with the Cleveland Leadership Center, I can't say enough about just the professionalism and first-class operation that CLC does, not only for this town, but for folks that are affiliated with Cleveland Leadership Center. So a great partnership there. I want to thank the staff there and the volunteers there, because I know they put in a lot of work over the last several months, and certainly here today and tonight. So thank you. Round of applause. It's a very inspirational night, and again, 10 years is amazing. So it's really cool that we're here 10 years, and we're going to go for another 10 plus for sure. Just to see the folks in the room and the communication, the networking, the power of the individual, the power of collaboration, the power of partnerships, all coming together at this venue. There's nothing else like that in town, and for that, we have to be so grateful. So a round of applause. And I'm told that our iconic terminal tower is even celebrating with us tonight. And I think when you leave, it should be green. So it should be a green color. So that's pretty cool. But I think what's really awesome as well is we have a special guest here tonight to commemorate the 10-year anniversary of Accelerate, Mayor Justin M. Bibb. So round of applause for Justin Bibb. Mayor Bibb has agreed to serve as honorary chair and also make some remarks. But before you say some nice things about this great community, we're going to see a video to show the impact, of just what Accelerate has meant to this community over the last 9, now 10 years. And what's really awesome is the video is actually done and produced by a former Accelerate winner in 2021. Jing Lewenko, yes. Where are you? I know, where's she at? I saw her, talk to her. Where's she at? Take a bow wherever you're at. There she is. She actually won in 2021 for the Techno Innovation win. We were at COVID, and by the way, nobody was here, and I was on stage in front of a camera, and it was pretty scary. So, but thank you for doing that. So we're going to see the video, and then we're going to ask you to come up and say some great things.
Hello and welcome to the 10th anniversary of Accelerate. I'm Jing Lewenko, Technovation winner and social change finalist for Other Brown Girl. I'm delighted to collaborate with Cleveland Leadership Center and citizens to create this video and capture stories from past Accelerate presenters highlighting the impact of this event. These innovators continue to inspire us to activate ideas for positive change throughout Greater Cleveland.
I had a conversation with somebody who went to the first Accelerate, who said, I was at this event, it was almost like Shark Tank, TED Talks, cool event with people who have ideas to make Cleveland better. I was like, oh, I think I have an idea to make Cleveland better. What if I applied for this? That ultimately we were able to reach and serve about 6,000 families with these kids. The impact from Accelerate was profound. I think the biggest thing was Accelerate was that first yes.
So we serviced over 7,000 families over the last few years. What makes Accelerate so special is that it's for regular, everyday people. I'm this black mama from Huff. Who's going to listen to me? Who's going to give me an opportunity? Who's going to let me sit at the table? Accelerate provides is a platform and an opportunity for those who feel like they don't have a voice, for those who don't feel seen, for those who feel ignored.
I'll never forget the moment when they announced that Israel and I had won Accelerate. It was so exciting, and I was so humbled to have been selected out of such a powerful group of pitches. And I was so grateful to the Cleveland Leadership Center for believing in Israel and I as young Clevelanders to really make a difference in our community.
So Cleveland Codes has been really exciting both in Cleveland and nationally. So we were the first boot camp specifically for low-income adults in the entire country to become entry-level software development coders in the space of 4 months. To me, what makes Accelerate most special is that it brings good people together with good ideas to make good things happen. And those ingredients are what you need to make a better city for everyone. Cleveland needed Accelerate, and the Leadership Center created it. That's a great thing.
It made my dream possible. I wanted to create a public art installation. I built a giant yellow mailbox with it, and sure enough, put it in a park that summer. And that mailbox has now been in 8 different locations around Northeast Ohio. There's been a podcast, there's been a book, and so it truly changed my life. Almost 1,000 letters and stories, and I wrote one of them.
This was about providing a simple tool to youth throughout the city of Cleveland so that way they could develop healthy coping skills. It really came about due to COVID-19. Accelerate actually probably one of the greatest catalysts in terms of putting me in a position to 100% dedicate my time to being a social entrepreneur. We've distributed over 5,000 coping boxes.
It's been a great 10 years of Accelerating Cleveland. We owe it all to those who courageously bring forth ideas year after year, to all of you who support them, and in particular, to the strong partnership we have forged with citizens. Together, we can make these dreams become reality.
Congrats to all the past Accelerate presenters and tonight's finalists. Here's to another 10 years of making dreams come true.
I guess now it's my turn, huh? First of all, let's give a round of applause for Citizens Bank for their partnership over the last decade. Events like this can happen without amazing corporate partners, but also we need to acknowledge the great work that Leadership Cleveland does every day in our city. Let's show them some love if we can. And I have a very special relationship with this organization. As a junior in high school, a long time ago, I was a member of Look Up to Cleveland. And as a working class black kid who grew up on Dove in the Southeast Side, I had never been to the West Side Market, never been to Little Italy, never went to Key Tower. But it was Look Up to Cleveland who exposed me to what options and opportunity could look like for a working class black kid of this great city. And without that experience, I wouldn't be standing here before you today as the youngest black mayor in Cleveland's history. And so when you look at all the challenges that we see in Cleveland and across the country, from the racial divide to the lack of peace in our world, to the lack of hope that we see still in many of our neighborhoods, I believe in what my parents told me as a child, that change certainly comes from the bottom up, not the top down. And all of you in this room are part of that special equation to make sure that the American dream is real once and for all in our great city. So kudos to you for stepping up, for giving us your ideas, but also believing that you can make a difference, because it won't be just City Hall that helps to make that difference. It'll be the special contributions you give us every single day. So let's give yourselves a round of applause if we can. So, on behalf of the nearly 400,000 residents of the great city of Cleveland, Ohio, I want to present this special proclamation honoring Accelerate for their 10th year anniversary. Congratulations. Let's take a picture if we can.
Yeah.
Good evening. I'm Marianne Crosby, and I have the absolute joy to be president and CEO of the Cleveland Leadership Center. The first thing I'm going to say is if anybody needs a seat, there's lots of seats on this side of the ballroom, so please come on over to this side and make some new friends. So 10 years, pretty amazing. So what has that impact looked like? Well, we've had over 600 ideas that were submitted. We've had 273 ideas pitched. We've had 5,000 folks attend and support these great ideas for change. And as you saw in the video, it's literally impacted tens of thousands of people throughout our greater Cleveland community, making one stronger city.
Thanks, Marianne. I'm Bill Castro. I have the honor to be the current board chair of the Cleveland Leadership Center. I'd first like to thank all of you for finding your way here from the tattoo show. I was a little confused when I first walked in, but so tonight's a great night. It's very exciting, but it's really just the beginning. We had 26 presenters today, a handful of finalists, but it doesn't end tonight. All 26 of those ideas will carry forward into the future. You saw on the video the many presentations, ideas from going back 10 years ago. Many of those are alive and well today, basically given support from individuals and organizations like yourselves. So embrace what you see tonight. You may have been in a session where you just really grabbed onto one idea. I know I did, and there weren't a finalist. I don't know how. But I'm going to certainly find a way to support that, and I encourage you all to do that. Before I turn it back, I think to Marianne, I believe on the screen, if you're looking for lots of different ways to support Accelerate into the future, there's a QR code, there's something that you can text to add your support as well, and I would encourage you to do that. So again, thank you very much, and I'll turn it back to Marianne.
Thanks, Bill. So a thank you to Jim for your support and citizen support over the years, and to Mayor Bibb, who in our early years actually served as a judge for Accelerate, and now we're thrilled to have him on the stage as a mayor, presenting us with a proclamation appreciating the impact. As he said, this only happens with the support of our corporate sponsors. So I'm going to rattle them off, and at the end, we're looking for a thunderous round of applause. Citizens, Centric Consulting, Growth Ops, Nordson, NRP, Metro Health, Lubrizol, Magnet, Thompson Hine, Oswald, Westfield, KJK, PwC, and AdCom. Some of you have been with us since the very beginning, and we're profoundly grateful for that. And the Cleveland Foundation, who sponsors our Technovation category, the Young Entrepreneur Institute, we're thrilled to partner with them again for Teen Accelerate, and the Burton D. Morgan Foundation for those teen pop-up shops. Hopefully you spent a lot of money and supported those teens. It takes everyone in this room, most notably our Cleveland Leadership Center board, our judges, the volunteers, the donors, those who served on the host committee. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. And of course, our Cleveland Leadership Center team, amazing professionals who literally dreamt about this event for the past month. We're truly grateful for your professionalism and the heroes of Accelerate tonight, Courtney Scullin and Rachel Chumcha. Let's give it up for them. All right, and I'll echo again, text to give to support innovation in Cleveland and support all these great folks who are coming forward with their ideas. Are you ready back there? Woo! All right.
We're going off script here, Marianne. Sorry. Before we move on, not only is this very exciting that it's the 10th anniversary of Accelerate, but it's actually the last Accelerate for Marianne in her role as CEO of this fabulous organization. As the leader of the organization for almost 14 years, many know that Marianne has made the decision to transition out of her current role, but we know is going to be very engaged in the future work of the Leadership Center. So not only did Accelerate start 10 years ago, it was started with the idea from one person, Marianne Crossley. So, round of applause. Obviously her team that she surrounded her well with has been a big part of pulling this off. It continues to grow. Jim, I think I heard you commit to another 10 years. I think I heard that. So that's fantastic. And then lastly, Marianne, I've learned that it's always been a dream of yours since Accelerate began, to have a balloon drop, confetti. You've always wanted that. So we're not allowed to do that here. But as a token of our appreciation, we thought you might really appreciate at least a symbolic gesture of a balloon drop and confetti. So great. So thank you, Marianne. And now we're going to get back on script and turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Mike Polk, WKYC TV.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that electric response. Keep going for Marianne, the OG. Fantastic. Give that woman some balloons sometime. She's earned them. Thank you guys so much. This is my 4th year being here, hosting this bad boy. The first year in COVID, there was nobody here. It was just me talking to a camera. It's super awkward. Next year, there were some people here. That was nice. Next year, there were more people here. That was even better. And this year, there's a bunch of people here. It's great to see everybody. Good job. You're nailing it. It's moving in the right direction. This is great. I work for WKYC. I'm a reporter there. Not a real reporter. I'm a feature reporter, which means not a real reporter. Like, I didn't go down, they weren't like, send Polk down to East Palestine, you know? They were like, a woman turned 110 in Medina, send Polk down there. And I go talk to her, and I'm like, how you doing, Gladys? What's the secret? And she's just like, I don't want my picture taken. Get away from me, you pumpkin head. And I'm like, back to you guys. That's my job. But I do also get to do cool stuff around Cleveland like this, like host weird stuff like this for several years, mostly because Mark Nolan wasn't available. I'll take it, I don't care. And no, it's okay, I'm thrilled too. But I've been doing this now for 4 years, and in addition to being a TV type person, doing that stuff for Channel 3, I also try and advocate for the city, try and make the city better myself. I made my own pitches over the years here to Accelerate, none of which have actually been accepted so far. I've been doing it for I did it for 3 straight years. I am 0 for, I believe, 16 on my pitches. Not bitter, it happens. It's not a perfect world. And I'm still in there swinging. But I didn't this year, but I did want to show you a quick montage of some of my pitches from the past. And you guys tell me if I am in the wrong for being upset or not. And I do want to note this, just so you guys know I'm not just being bitter. I'm not just crying up here. At the end, there is a hopeful note on one of my rejections that I think you'll all appreciate. So check it out. Here's my montage. That's why I'm proposing the development of my new Cleveland Winter Driving Simulator. How does it work? Ex-Clevelander retirees now living in Florida simply put on these virtual reality goggles before getting behind the wheels of their actual cars. They'll then be instantly whisked away into the icy realm of Cleveland. Rejected! And that's the goal of my proposal, which I'm calling the Little Helpers Program. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Northeast Ohio youths to learn firsthand valuable, useful life skills, such as cleaning my gutters, washing my Hyundai Tucson, and pressure washing my garage. Rejected!
There's one major change we can make that I think we can all agree would be a meaningful step toward progress for the city. Downtown Cleveland needs to open a Red Lobster. Rejected! Downtown Cleveland is awesome. And two, it would be way more awesome if we transformed downtown into one giant ball pit. Woo! Rejected!
These are all gold, by the way.
Which leads to my proposal. Operation Cleveland Looks Fabulous. It's very simple. We place hundreds of funhouse mirrors all over the city of Cleveland, and only the kind that distort our images to make us look more slender. Rejected! The Midwest Man Snowsuit, available exclusively at Mark's. Rejected! That's why I propose the creation of 1,000 Terminator-like robots to be set loose within the city of Cleveland as a motivational tactic so that all of us would be compelled to get some decent cardio in, whether we like it or not. Rejected! Implementing real social change is an imposing task, in large part because we're a diverse population with diverse ideas. But I still believe there is one potential change upon which we can all agree. Downtown Cleveland still needs to open a Red Lobster. Rejected again! Hello, I'm Mike Polk. While visiting downtown recently, I had a revelatory technology idea that I think could change the whole game. And not just here in Cleveland, but around the globe. I think we can all agree that parking meters are a huge hassle, especially in the event that you find yourself short on change. And then it occurred to me, what if I invented an entirely new model of parking meter that, instead of requiring unsanitary loose change, was capable of accepting payment via far more convenient methods, such as the common credit card? I'm assuming your minds are blown right now. Now, I know this probably sounds like something out of a futuristic sci-fi movie. Rejected!
So this month, the city of Cleveland finally began replacing its coin-operated parking meters, which means you can stop rummaging your car for money. There's a phone app now to pay for street parking, at least in some parts of the city.
No! Where's the mayor? He deserves mayor. Come on, mayor. Where's the mayor? Did he already leave? He's gone. That's fine. It was very nice of him to come here. He deserves some credit too. Can we all agree? That's okay. That's fine. That's all right. You can kill Top Gun. That's great though. Thank you. The mayor deserves some credit. Can you guys believe it? We don't have to use change in some of the places anymore. Give it up for that. We caught up with the technology of the 1990s, and it took one man to do it. I am not mad. They did implement one of my changes, and that's really what matters when you think about it. Are you guys ready to actually meet some of these fantastic people who have advanced to this round? Okay, I'm supposed to explain the format. So here's how it went down. 25 pitches were given by individuals or teams, in case you're not aware, all with great ideas. Each of the 5 finalists were chosen, one from each category. They will have 5 minutes apiece to make their pitch. I'm supposed to thank the judges who gauge the finalists. Good job, judges. Nice job. Way to judge. That's a tough job. But you, the audience, have an even tougher job. That's for sure. After hearing the 5 pitches, you'll vote on an overall winner to receive the grand prize of $5,000. Each of the 4 runners-up will receive $2,000. That's a nice hunk of change to get your idea off the ground. All finalists will also receive a year-long membership to the Economic and Community Development Institute Business Innovation Center. Thank you, ECDI, for that support. Good job, ECDI. Finalists will also have the opportunity to work with C-Change NEO in their upcoming program. Thank you to C-Change for their support. Also, many of the Accelerate presenters have created crowdfunding pages in partnership with IOBI. Details about these fundraiser pages can be found in the digital program book. Thank you to IOBI for helping support our presenters. Thank you also to Jack Prosciutto of Flawless Planning, who is providing a workshop on flawless planning to our runners-up. That's a lot of stuff that everybody gets. That's great. The pitches will be presented alphabetically by the category in which they were entered. Is everyone clear on the rules? Don't worry, there are more. Finalists will approach the stage with their own walk-up music. They got to pick. So judge them by that as well, you know? After the last pitch, you're going to get to vote. You guys are going to be deciding this by going online to an online voting form. Instructions will be given awkwardly by me at the end of this engagement. Remember to post about the pitches and the event with the I know everyone's hashtagging like crazy right now. If you are, hashtag it AccelerateNEO. Hashtag AccelerateNEO. And now, on with the pitches! Let me get the right form! Please welcome to the stage our first, in the arts and culture category, Jonathan Jameson and Heavenly Aguilar for their pitch, Real People, Real Legacies. That is Jonathan Jameson and Heavenly Aguilar for their pitch, Real People, Real Legacies. Here they are. Let them get up there, folks. Give it up for them. Come on, they're finalists. These are finalists.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, I gotta fight with the easel. Thank you. Hi, I am Jonathan Jameson.
And I'm Heavenly Aguilar.
And we are here to represent Real People, Real Legacies. RPRL is a docuseries designed to gather unique stories from communities that are unheard and often overlooked. Now, our mission is not to only create lasting content for individual families, but use that data and use those stories to archive it and for the greater Cleveland community.
Now, let's start with the why. These are our grandparents. Unfortunately, they've all passed away. If Real People, Real Legacies existed at a time when we needed it the most, we would have a story from each one of them that we could go back to when we simply needed some motivation or we really wanted to hear their voice.
My grandmother, Osa B. Dowry, she had a profound voice in the Black and brown community. And women in today's society could have literally watched her story to know how to get motivated and go out and lead when it's in a time of an abundance of discrimination.
What about my grandfather, William Fernandez, who fought against communism as a political prisoner when the Cuban government and the United States were at odds? Imagine Real People, Real Legacies at the Cleveland Museum of Contemporary Art. A 16-year-old walks by a digitalized platform displaying my grandfather's story. After learning about his story, they become inspired. They go to law school. And now they're fighting the injustices in their country. Without Real People, Real Legacies, these unique stories, our stories, will continue to die generation after generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, these stories are not being told in Ohio. They're just not. And that's why we need the accelerated pitch competition. We need you all. With your help, we can get video production, hire crew, even transportation to and from our guests that want to invest in telling their legacies. Everyone in here wants to tell their story. 1, 2, even all the way back there. Implementation is simple. Heaven, what's step 1?
We start with the family.
And step 2?
We document their story.
Lastly, step 3.
We package it up and send it off. Now allow us to document your legacy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. People, real legacies. Real people, real legacies. Great job. All right, our next category is education. Please welcome to the stage Laura Balliette with her presentation, Cool School Comics. Laura's just working her way up. She's getting her cool comics. She's gathering them. She's making her way up. It's okay. If she were super timely, that wouldn't be as cool. So she's earning it. Yeah, setting the tone. Good pick. Get the heck on up here. Very good. Now, what's your song of choice?
The song.
Okay, do you know the title of it?
I Feel Like Dancing by Jason Mraz.
Good pick. And why'd you go with that?
Because I love Jason Mraz.
There you go. That's all you need to hear. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Give it up for her, everybody.
Picture this. You just sat down on an airplane and you got the seatbelt securely fastened across your lap. The flight attendant is standing in the aisle poised to give their speech about the emergency evacuation procedures. You reach into the seat pocket in front of you and you pull out the trifold, and every bit of it is written like this. Now let's think about the barriers created for such a diverse population of passengers if all the information is presented like this. Now let's imagine an elementary school teacher starting to teach science in a Cleveland classroom. Based on the Fast Facts page, 13% of these students are English language learners, 23% of these students are special education, and 70% of these students aren't reading at a basic level. The teacher stands in front of this class and she's poised to give her lesson based on the material she has on hand, and she presents the content like this. Now let's think about the barriers created for this diverse population of students that I just described. With that in mind, I'm here to talk to you today about the Cool School Comics and why everybody should be using this impactful teaching tool to reach today's diverse population of learners. In the annual report card, CMSD received a 1 out of 5 star rating in K-3 literacy. And when tested in 8th grade, 90% of these students did not test proficient. I start with reading because it's such an important foundational skill. Literacy is one of the reasons why so many children struggle with other subjects like social studies, science, and math. When you have a struggling reader, be it because English is their second language, they grew up in a low-income household, or they have ADHD, a struggling reader sees a paragraph and they see a wall of words and they instantly shut down. These are the students that are chronically behind and already at risk of not graduating. These are the students that are missing out on careers of the future in Cleveland and beyond. And these are the students I'm here to help. I'm Laura Balliet, a licensed educator with over 15 years of experience in the classroom setting. I began my career at a charter school for at-risk youth, and I completed my student teaching in CMSD. So I've been there. I know what it's like to try and teach a classroom full of students who don't want to engage in reading. And I teach science. I get to make things shoot across the classroom. I get to make things explode. I get to do hands-on labs. But no matter how Bill Nye I got with my lessons, my students would not read. They wouldn't read the directions. They wouldn't read the content. They wouldn't read any of the test questions on the test. They were too disconnected. That barrier of literacy was too strong for my passion of teaching to break through. Until one spring, I finally discovered the breakthrough. The state testing was approaching, and I was desperate to figure out a way to get them to connect with the content. So I scribbled down a study guide that was full of illustrations and very low on words, a comic. And to my surprise, my students absolutely loved it, to the point that even my most reluctant readers were engaged in reading the content. As this evolved, it got to the point where students were meeting me at the printer to get what I call the Cool School Comics. It was the first time I felt success as an educator, and it was the first time that they felt success as students reading science. Since then, I've been working to try and figure out a way to make this accessible to every teacher. What I've created is not a comic book. They are one-page printable infographics that are accompanied with worksheets, guided readings, detailed lesson plans, and animated slideshows. These are all aligned with standards and all in that engaging comic format. When I get this award, I'm going to use it to help revamp my website into a subscription model where districts can buy this and everybody can have access, unlimited access to these comics. Because comics have the ability to break down language barriers and make content accessible. Struggling readers feel empowered when they have comics because they're able to decode tricky text with the illustrations. Comics improve engagement anyways, I'll move on. Because you threw me off with this. Flip it back around. Okay. There's a reason why airlines don't just present their information like this, but they also present it like this. It breaks down the language barriers and makes this information accessible to everybody on the airplane. We need to stop only teaching content like this and start delivering it like this so it's accessible for everybody in the classroom. The Cool School Comics. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you so much.
timing. Great job. This is very cool. All right. Oh, that's yours. Thank you. That was great. All right. We're here for Laura, everybody. Keep it going for her. Give her that Mike Polk mulligan, because I screwed up a lot of stuff. Our next presenter from Health and Well-Being category, please welcome to the stage, Ariana Smith from MHM Youth Summit. That's the pitch, everybody.
Take this time out.
Here comes Ariana.
To let it be known. I just want to take this time
Keep it going
out
for her. Here she
to
comes.
Let it be known that anybody battling anything, anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide,
Keep it going. Let her get to the stage, everybody. You give her that. She's a finalist.
And I want to let you know that tomorrow is always a brighter day. So let me know if you need me. Reach out. I'll definitely respond if I can. I love you. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Good evening. One more time. Good evening. There we go. My name is Ariana Smith, and this evening I stand before you not just as a proponent for change, but as a voice for our future. A future that lies within the hands of our youth that make up this country, but more specifically to us, Northeast Ohio. Over the last decade, I have dedicated myself as an educator, teaching my students about the importance of things like leadership, character building, increasing their love of literacy, and how to build an entrepreneurial mindset. In the last few years, though, in particular, I've watched with concern as I've noticed the increase in challenges that our young people are facing. Things like the pandemic, social media, family environments, and more have had a significant impact on their mental health. And oftentimes has left me wondering, what more can I do to ensure my students' success, not only in my classroom, but once they leave those doors? I come from 3 generations of nurses, and my mother in particular dedicated over 25 years of her life as a psych nurse. I mention this in particular because at an early age, it was instilled upon me the importance of creating intentional spaces for others to be seen, heard, valued, and well cared for. Those insights, coupled with my experiences with my students, is why I am so passionate about the cause of youth mental health and is what influenced me to launch the Mental Health Matters Youth Summit. Now, let's take a look at the statistics here for a moment. In Northeast Ohio alone, recent studies show that there are over 100,000 young people that are dealing with various mental health challenges like anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation, and more. But this is not just a localized problem. It is a global concern because worldwide there are millions of young people dealing with these same challenges. The World Health Organization reports that half of the young people dealing with these challenges begin doing so by age 14, yet these go largely unrecognized and untreated. Now, I don't know about you, but again, this poses the question of what more can be done to fix this problem. The urgency for the need of this is very clear. The sustainability of our communities depends on the mental well-being of our youth that make up this country. So, in the fall of this year, over 300 high school students from various high schools across the greater Cleveland area will convene downtown at the City Club of Cleveland for the first annual Mental Health Matters Youth Summit, a space specifically curated not only to be a catalyst for change in the lives of these teenagers, but also to be a catalyst for change in our communities. During the summit, students will have the opportunity to participate in roundtable discussions, hear from various motivational speakers, healthcare professionals, and be provided with the tools and resources not only that they can use in their own lives, but that they can take back to their schools, communities, and share with their family members. By partnering with esteemed organizations like the Adams Board of Cuyahoga County, NAMI of Greater Cleveland, Metro Health Hospitals, and more, the information shared with these students will not only be well-informed, but accurate to best fit the needs of the targeted group that we're trying to serve. If I were to receive additional funding, some of the funds would not only go towards funding some of the speakers to come and speak to these students, but also so that every single student was able to receive their own wellness kit. Some of the items within that kit would contain things like a notebook and a journal, as well as journaling prompts for students to do some reflections, as well as a QR code that'll link them to additional mental health resources that can be used not only again for themselves, but also for the community. As you all deliberate this evening, I urge you to recognize the profound impact that the Mental Health Matters Youth Summit not only can bring to our students, but also can bring to our community. I leave you all with this quote: "It is far more easier and effective to build strong foundations for our youth than to attempt repairing our fractured communities." Thank you.
MHM Youth Summit. Keep it going for her. Very cool. Great idea so far, right? Everybody likes the idea so far? That's the vibe we're going for. We have 2 more. Everyone's doing great. Okay. This next one is from the category of, sorry, how embarrassing. Oh, good. Okay, what is it? All right, you don't have to say it like that. Just kidding, just razzing everybody's raspberries. Okay, the next category, according to this pissy section over here, is social change. Is everyone ready? Okay, this is exciting. For the category social change, which is on the back of this paper, please welcome Moses Ngong and Luciana Salas. Their presentation is called Culture Cleveland. The presentation is called Culture Cleveland. So should be fun. Here they are, everybody.
Bad trips like Nazareth. I'm f***ed up, homie. Up, but if God got us, then we gon' be alright.
Man, what a pleasure to be here. My name is Moses Ngong.
And I'm Luciana Salas. Moses and I are here today as leaders in an organization called the Cleveland Global Shapers. This is a young professional organization that seeks to drive social impact innovation in and around Cleveland. But we're here today to talk about a specific project called Culture Cle.
Absolutely. We wanted to start with a few questions. Can you raise your hand if you've been to a restaurant in 2024? Good to see. Okay, keep those hands up. Keep your hand raised if you've been to a restaurant new to you this year. Good, good. All right, our third question, last question. Keep that hand raised if you've been to a restaurant owned by an immigrant this year, if you know it was owned by an immigrant. Okay, thank you. Interesting.
So bear those responses in mind while we tell you what Culture Cle is. If you haven't heard of us, we're a curated dining experience. We partner with immigrant-owned and operated restaurants to give Clevelanders a curated dining experience where they can have a communal meal. While they're there, they get to hear from the owners and chefs so that they better understand their personal stories and know a little bit more behind the culture that they're going to be eating that night.
Absolutely. Culture Cle is also an invitation. It's an invitation because we recognize that sometimes trying something new can be intimidating. Maybe there's a new Indian restaurant that you've wanted to go to, but the last time you went out for an ethnic meal, you spent a little bit more time in the bathroom afterward than you would have cared for, right? So Culture Cle is trying to make a personal invitation for an intimate meal that might get you over that hump. And it's also an urgent need. In 2022, 1,000 refugees arrived in Cleveland. And that doesn't include the hundreds, maybe thousands of migrants that arrived in Cleveland through other means. And for those of them that are brave enough to start a new business, the restaurant business is really unforgiving. In a recent study, 30% of restaurants close within their first year of business. And although there isn't any specific information about the immigrant-owned restaurant industry here in Cleveland, anecdotally, Luciana and I have seen a couple of our favorites close. My personal favorite, a tragic loss, was Kifaya's Kitchen, an amazing Somali place on 117th Street.
And I don't want to keep us on that sad note too long. I can share that in the same space shortly after, the space opened Damas Eatery. If you haven't been there yet, they're serving up Syrian food that we welcome you to go try. Culture Cleveland is around because we need to introduce Clevelanders to these restaurants. They don't have a way to find new enthusiastic clients, but thankfully for them, we bring them to their business. We hope that Clevelanders have a great experience while they're there, and that through word of mouth marketing, they tell a friend, and a friend tells a friend. But that's not enough. We want to make sure that we're building capacity for these restaurants to always have an audience.
Absolutely. So support from Accelerate will help us do three things. The first, Luciana mentioned the word of mouth marketing. We want to go beyond that. We'd like to pay for a service like MailChimp or Constant Contact so that we don't have to rely on our personal and organizational social media accounts to get the word out. Those platforms will help us reach more people more efficiently.
The second way the funding would help us is on the marketing piece. Right now, if you were to look up one of these immigrant-owned restaurants, you'd be lucky to maybe find a Facebook page, and it might not have all the information you need. So what we want to do is help them build a brand and communicate that brand. There's more to these folks. There's a story there that we want people to find when they're Googling them, right? We want them to feel comfortable going into a restaurant instead of landing on a Facebook page that doesn't give you enough to even want to go in.
Absolutely. So our third point, as Luciana mentioned earlier, we're a young professionals organization, and unfortunately, none of our members are super rich yet. We'll get there, we hope. But in the meantime, when we do an event, it costs a lot up front to make that event happen. We have to pay the vendor, which is the restaurant, for the food, which is a significant expense. And when none of us have particularly deep pockets, that's kind of a disincentive from making an event happen. So Accelerate funds would really help us create a separate pool so individual members don't have to take a risk. Although we've recuperated all our funds on events so far. We don't want to have to ask individual members to put that up front every time.
So hopefully you can tell that Moses and I are passionate about this, and it's for two reasons. The first being that we're children of immigrants. I'm from Brazil.
I'm Cameroonian.
Not only that, but we're foodies. So we know that the first step to bringing food closer to people is to make sure that it feels familiar, right? So with that, we want to bring Culture Clee outside of this beta test to Cleveland and greater Cleveland broadly.
Absolutely. We want to bring the incredible spirit and the incredible food of Cleveland's migrant community to more people with Culture Clee. Thank you so much for your support.
Now, who's hungry?
Good job. You take that. Thank you. Good job, guys. Moses and Luciana, everybody. Culture Clee. All right, we'll wait. That's fine. We'll wait. We've got one more. Are you guys ready for one more? Oh, you seem like it. Oh, you're going to have to do better than that if you want to see. All right, here we go. I like this category, thriving neighborhoods. You like the category thriving neighborhoods? We're all for that, right? Are you anti-thriving neighborhoods this side of the room? Well, then cheer for thriving neighborhoods, for the love of Pete. Give these people some energy. They're pitching to you. Representing thriving neighborhoods, the finalist, it's Paula Coggins with her pitch, So City Quilts. Give it up.
Paula Coggins, and I'm one of the co-founders of Oh So Powerful Incorporated. OH for Ohio, SEW Powerful Incorporated. When we were told to choose a song to accompany us as we walked up on stage, the song I chose was an American spiritual that was composed by unknown people that had been enslaved, and it had been passed down orally from community to community. And allegedly, they sang this song because they felt that they would find comfort in their heavenly home, if not here on earth as a slave. So the song is, see, I'm nervous. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. This spirit of hope in a promised land, such as when the enslaved people would hear that song, it meant that a conductor was probably on its way to them to help them reach freedom on the Underground Railroad. So this spirit of hope in a promised land was felt by my family as well as hundreds of other African American families when in the 1950s they were able to put together enough money to buy homes in Cleveland's Lee Harvard area. And that was once a very thriving, robust area of homeowners and multiple businesses, but sadly, the area is now a blighted area, a lot of areas to be avoided, and there's criminal behavior, a lot of rental properties, and hopelessness. OSPI, Also Powerful Incorporated, believes in the potential of our collaborative minds to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. Backed by 50 years of sewing experience, we have designed creativity programs in crafting and sewing to inspire people to think outside the box. Also Powerful formed as a nonprofit during COVID to provide virtual programming of crafting to the community, to the Lee Harvard community and friends. We prepared craft boxes, mailed them out to people, and we did them online together virtually as a group. And when 2022, and we were able to get back out into the neighborhood, we started offering in-person programming and machine sewing. So a lot of the participants were really interested in having projects that would be longer term and something that they could display within the community so everybody could see what we were doing. So that's when we decided we would start working on quilts. And this is one of our quilts right here. We have 3 quilts already prepared, and they will be displayed in public buildings throughout the Lee Harvard area, creating a quilt trail. There are no other indoor quilt trails in Ohio. So this is a unique opportunity for the city of Cleveland. The Accelerate funds will buy supplies and materials to create, frame, and hang these quilts. The ongoing exhibit appeals to a wide cross-section of people to inform, educate, and inspire residents and visitors alike. More importantly, it will bring vibrancy back to Cleveland's Lee Harvard neighborhood, encourage visitors, resulting in business revenues, and help residents regain a sense of pride in their surroundings. Thank you.
That's Paul, everybody. Keep it going for So City Quilts. Boy, this is tough, you guys. It's time to vote. That's where we're at. How about a round of applause for all the finalists? You saw 5 great pitches. And now it's time to get real. This is where you guys actually decide who wins. Get your cell phones ready. What you're gonna do is you're gonna vote for the category that you believe had the best winning pitch. And pretty soon though, we're gonna hear about a couple of different categories too that weren't technically part of this. We're gonna bring a couple of checks up to people and name a couple more winners in some other categories. We'll see now. Okay. Thanks for the votes. While we're waiting for those to be tallied, we want to share the results of some of our additional competitions that occurred this evening. Please join me in welcoming Eileen Frankel, Executive Director of Young Entrepreneur Institute, to announce the runners-up and overall winner of the YEI Teen Accelerate Student Citizens Make Change competition, supported by the Burton D. Morgan Foundation. Eileen!
Thank you.
That was a mouthful, Eileen.
Yes, yes. I'm thrilled to be here to share the results of our Teen Accelerate Pitch competition. Earlier this evening, we had our own competition where 10 groups of teens presented their ideas for social change to make our region a better place. And I have to tell you that if you were in that room, you would be inspired. At Young Entrepreneur Institute, we work with students and teachers every day to help them develop as problem solvers and solve problems through the lens of entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. We're so proud to be here as a partner. And without any further delay, I'm here to present our top 2 prizes. Every team that presented tonight wins $250 as a prize to help start their venture. The runner-up team wins $500. And from North Canton Hoover High School, Mission Monarch, Grady Miller, Jack Schaefer, Tess Booker. Mission Monarch is saving the endangered. I should let you say it, but Mission Monarch is saving the endangered monarch butterfly population by selling handmade milkweed seed bombs. You got it. All right, congratulations, Mission Monarch.
Yeah. So we're Mission Monarch. Okay. Oh, all right, sweet. Thank you.
One more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down,
And our first prize winner, winning a prize of $1,000 to start their venture. From Hathaway Brown School, Growing Hope, Lily Moran and Gabby Ransom. Providing gardening kits to children in foster care in memory of their friends who passed away unexpectedly. Congratulations, Fostering Hope. Teen Accelerate.
Congrats! Thank you, Eileen. Give it up for Eileen. Nice job. Okay, guys, we're almost ready to announce our overall winner. Just got one more prize to give out, and then we're gonna tally those votes, and we'll know who won the whole shebang. Before we do that, I'd like to announce the winner of the Technovation competition, which is a fun word. I think we can all agree. It's supported by the Cleveland Foundation. Technovation selected 5 Accelerate pitch submissions that use technology to compete for a special prize. Please welcome Leon Wilson, Chief of Digital Innovation and CIO of the Cleveland Foundation.
Thank you. I'm not in the Army anymore, so I don't shout as much. But no, thank you all. And I want to definitely first thank my judges that did the judging for Technovation. We've been doing this for about 3 or 4 years. I'm thrilled to do it. Cleveland Foundation is thrilled to do it. But the one word that you miss in Technovation, it's about technology, it's about innovation, but it's also about community. That's why we partner with Cleveland Leadership Center. And I'm definitely proud to be up here because this is the first time I can come to a Cleveland Leadership Center event and say that I'm Leadership Cleveland 2023. So I'm part of the graduating class. All my Leadership Cleveland 2023 compadres, please raise your hands, give a yo. I know that I've seen some of them out there, but what we want to do now is announce the winner of the Technovation category right there, and that will be Sarah Kinder. Sarah from Micro Scholarship Member Match, come on up. Thank you very much. I got some time to kill, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill it. You can find.
Nice job. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I would think. Good job. Congratulations. I was just asking whether or not we had the vote tally, and I think we do we? Yes? No? We do? We do. Good. Everything's good. We got it all figured out. You guys ready to hear? Everyone's been so good and patient and fantastic. Let's bring Jim back up to give out some prizes. What do you say? All right. Here we go. Take it away, sir. I'm around.
Thank you. All right, I know. By the way, you have great stride. I like how you run back and forth.
I appreciate it. I'm very swift for my age.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just Citizens, very, very proud and honored to be a presenter here tonight for the 10th Annual Accelerate Citizens Make Change. Give a round of applause for all of you that stuck with us tonight. And of course, it goes without saying, we love the partnership with the Cleveland Leadership Center. And I really want to put a shout out to all the pitch presenters tonight. All of them were awesome. Kudos to all of you to have empowerment, confidence, and the esteem to get up in front of strangers and do your thing. That's awesome. Round of applause for all the participants. Tonight's 2024 Accelerate Grand Prize winner is Laura Balliet, Education. Sponsored by North.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in,
keep it alive, everybody. I'm live. She did it.
Ludacris going in on the verse cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now.
Who do we got next, Jim? Let's invite all the sponsor reps and all the finalists up to the stage right now. What do you say, everybody? Everybody get up here. Y'all get up here.
all I do is
Y'all get up here.
no matter what.
You're not getting away, Laura. You gotta come too. Sorry, you're stuck in it. Everybody get up here. Great. There they all are. Look at all this. Okay, good.
And they say yeah, and they say that.
There's all your winners, everybody. Those are your finalists.
All I do is win,
Get up there. Spread it out. Spread the love.
Ludacris going in on the verse cause I never been defeated.
Bookend this.
Awesome.
You look good. Nailing it.
I never went nowhere, but they saying Luda's back.
Get up. There you go. Tighten it up just a skosh. Tighten it up just a skosh. Tighten it up just a skosh. It'll make it for a better picture, believe me. Go, there you go. Now, there you go. Beautiful. One more round of applause for all the winners, everybody. Beautiful. All right, thank you so much for coming tonight. Thanks to the presenters. Congratulations to our 6 prize winners and all those who pitched this evening. Thank you for being here tonight and part of the Civic Pitch Competition. As Marianne said, please connect with any presenters, help their visions become a reality, and keep accelerating Cleveland. Hang out afterwards, everybody. We're around. Thank you. Good night.